Good day everyone, I am Trixie P. Patosa. As you can see on the screen, our topic for today is all about pollution and its factors. Pollution is the introduction of harmful materials into the environment. These harmful materials are called pollutants. Pollutants can be natural such as volcanic ash. They can also be created by human activity such as trash or runoff produced by factories. Pollutants damage the quality of air, water, and land. Many things that are useful to people produce pollution. Cars spew pollutants from their exhausted pipes. Burning coal to create electricity pollutes the air. Industries and homes generate garbage and sewage that can pollute the land and water. Pesticides, chemical poisons used to kill weeds and insects, seep into waterways and harmful wildlife. Pollution has four classifications. First is air pollution. Sometimes, air pollution is visible. A person can see dark smoke pour from the exhaust pipes of large trucks or factories. Polluted air can be dangerous. Even if the pollutants are invisible, it can make people's eyes burn and make them have difficulty breathing. It can also increase the risk of lung cancer. Second is the water pollution. Some polluted water looks muddy, smells bad, and has garbage floating in it. Some polluted water looks clean, but is filled with harmful chemicals that you can see or smell. Polluted water is unsafe for drinking and swimming. Some people who drink polluted water are exposed to hazardous chemicals that make them sick years later. Sometimes, polluted water harms people indirectly. They get sick because the fish that live in polluted water are unsafe to eat. They have too many pollutants in their flesh. Third is soil pollution. Soil pollution is defined as the presence of toxic chemicals in soil in high enough concentrations to pose a risk to human health and the ecosystem. Humans can be affected by soil pollution through the inhalation of gases emitted from soils moving upward, or through the inhalation of matter that is disturbed and transported by the wind because of the various human activities on the ground. Soil pollution may cause a variety of health problems, starting with headaches, nausea, fatigue, skin rashes, eye irritation, and potentially resulting in more serious conditions like neuromuscular blockage, kidney and liver damage, and various forms of cancer. Lastly, noise pollution is commonly generated inside many industrial facilities and some other workplaces. But it also comes from highway, railway, and airplane traffic, and from outdoor construction activities. Noise is more than a mere nuisance. At certain levels and durations of exposure, it can cause physical damage to the eardrum and the sensitive hair cells of the inner ear and result in temporary or permanent hearing loss, known as noise-induced hearing loss. Children living in areas with high levels of noise pollution may suffer from stress and other problems such as impairments in memory and attention span. Noise pollution control is therefore important in the workplace and in the community.
Good day everyone, my name is Rosito Arindon Jr. I'm a member of this group report. This report is about air pollution. Air pollution is communication of the indoor or outdoor environment by any chemical, physical, or biological agent that modifies the natural characteristic of the atmosphere. Household combination device, motor vehicles, industrial facilities, and forest fires are common source of air pollution. Causes of air pollution. Air pollution is caused by solid and liquid particles and certain gases that are suspended in the air. These particles and gases can come from car and truck exhaust factories, dust, pollen, mold, spores, volcanoes, and wildfires. Effects of air pollution. Air pollution affects all things. It is harmful to our health and it impacts the environment, reducing visibility and blocking sunlight, causing acid rain and harming forests, wildlife, and agriculture. Greenhouse gas pollution, the cause of climate change, affects the entire planet.
I'm Jason Malapura. I'm going to tackle about water pollution. So let's start. Water pollution is the contamination of water sources by substances which make the water unusable for drinking, cooking, cleaning, swimming, and other activities. Pollutants include chemicals, trash, bacteria, and parasites. All forms of pollution eventually make their way to water. So guys, water pollution is una sa mga contamination of water that causes by mga substances no na makadaot sa tuang water, basura or mga poison, bacteria, parasites wala siya makadaot sa tubig o mo na maingon na water pollution. What causes water pollution? Contaminants such as chemicals, nutrients, and heavy metals are carried from farms, factories, and cities by streams and rivers into our bays and estuaries. From there, they travel out to sea. Meanwhile, marine debris, particularly plastic, is blown in by the wind or washed in via storm drains and sewers. So, mo ni nundan sa water pollution, chemicals, no? Nakadaot pa chemicals gikan sa bukid-bukid, no? Factories na niadto sa tubig or sa mga sapa, mga ginamit na mga substances gikan sa mga farmers na pasadlan lang niadto sa kwan na padulong sa tubig mo tay nakadaot sabi na sa atong mga drinking water, no? Muna na ikaw magpatakakag inom og tubig labi na basing na ay poison nakadaot sa tulawas. What is water pollution causes and effects? Morning hinungdan og epekto sa water pollution. Water pollution is caused when water bodies such as rivers, lakes, oceans, groundwater, and aquifers get contaminated with industrial and agricultural effluents. When water gets polluted, it adversely affects all life forms that directly or indirectly depend on the source. Ano ni siya guys na ang hinundan sa water pollution ay mga contaminated na mga bagay na gikan sa mga industrial o agricultural influence mga ano siya makadaot sa tubig. So example mga farmers na usahay mananagat ana magamit sa ng mga makadaot sa tubig, no, ana, or mga industries ang ilang mga hugaw, so mga sa mga or mga oil mo na padulong sa tubig mukanat man padaot, no, mo nang dito pataka o gamit og mga substances na makadaot sa tawang mga nature, so sa atong mga palibot labi na sa water. These are the examples of water pollution. Sewage, wastewater. Sewage is another name for wastewater from domestic and industrial processes. Agricultural pollution, oil pollution, radioactive substances, river dumping, marine dumping. No, mga example ni sa water pollution, no? Mo na siya sa mga farmers, agricultural, o mga oil pollution, no? Masagula sa tubig padaot kasi no? Labi na kaning river dumping, no? Mga basura magkalat-kalat sa river or sa dagat, o gina siya itong ginalakihan kaya makadaot yun na labi na kasi mga ligo sa dagat niya dahil basura, so makawala na siya gana mga visitors, no, mga foreigners, no, mukan sa tong lugar dapat ato ginoon sa kasuhon o limpyuhan o marine dumping ano siya guys. So that's all, thank you.
So, hi guys, good morning. I'm Mark Lavis Agragao, and today I'm going to discuss you about noise pollution and soil pollution. So first, let's talk about noise pollution. So noise pollution is an invisible danger. It cannot be seen, but it is present nonetheless, both on land, under the sea, and also noise pollution is considered to be any unwanted or disturbing sound that affects the health and well-being of human and other organisms. So noise pollution, also known as environmental noise or sound pollution, is the propagation of the noise with ranging impacts on the activity of human or animal life, most of them harmful to a degree. So the source of outdoor noise worldwide is mainly caused by machine, transports, and propagation system. So poor urban planning may give rise to noise disintegration of population pollution. Side-by-side industrials and residential building can result in noise pollutions in the residential areas. Some of the main source of noise in residential areas including sounds kanang mga kusugay nga kuan, tapos transportation, lawn care maintenance, construction, electrical generators, wind turbines, explosions, and people. So, as we can see bitaw kay sa atong kuan, di injud mawala ang noise pollution, no? Labi na sa kuan sa karon nga generation kay daghan na kayo mga sakyanan. Mo yun na ang kuan pinaka kuan kung nagpuyo ka sa isa ka city, and also mga kumpanya, no? Kumpanya nga mga dagko nga kumpanya nga gabi kasaba sa muta kanang sa mga kahoy bitaw kana siya nga mga noise. Also kanang pag mag-run out some of the mga establishment nga dagko kay naa sila yung mga generator, so makakos siya og dili lang kita mga tao ang saba na apoy uban, mao na siya ang ang sa ano ani ang sa mga poor kuan is ang katulang mga magpa-music og dagko, pa-music og dagko tapos kuan hining pa-music og dagko tapos kuan hining sa ato lang gibalik kita kanang magstorya ta nga saba kayo murag walay control bitaw mo na siya ang kuan. So ang kuan ang effect ana is makadisturbo ta sa mga tao, no? Sumot nagkuan nya ang cause ang effect ana is naay time nga malos atong hearing kay tungod sa sobraan ka kusog bitaw. Murag di na kay ta pag hinay na kaayo murag naan mo maandan sa tong kuan. Hinay na kaayo dili na hinunta kadungog kung kuan. So mao to ang kuan sa akong about sa research sa noise pollution. So next is ang soil pollution. So soil pollution is so it refers to destruction of the land be used constructively by human activities either directly or indirectly. The developing countries are so steadily but surely moving towards this direction. This should be cause for great concern considering the devastating effects soil pollutions bring to the environment. Karon discuss nako kung unsa ang cause bitaw sa soil pollutions. First is ang industrial waste. Kani siyang industrial waste is are far the worst polluters of the soil with all chemicals they release into the environment, be it in a liquid or solid form. So kini sa mga kuan nato ni siya mga kuan sa mga kumpanya bitaw mga kuan nagamit og mga oils nya ang ilang mga hugaw bitaw kay murag ide sa kuan something na sila murag septic tank or something nga ilang butangan og kuan nga makuan ra ma-absorb gihapon sa soil, no? So next is ang deforestation. Clearing of trees leaves soil exposed the elements so they are easily carried away by soil erosion. This leaves land barren and incapable of supporting vegetations. So ang isa na siya makakos sa kuan kay dili niya masuportahan ang walay makahawid sa soil. So it means mga kuan siya mga bungkag bitaw. So dili na hinon siya magamit kay matamnan kay wa naman siya naguba naman siya. So ang next is ang excessive use of fertilizers and pesticide. So ang kani nga ko maka-affect man gud ni sa atong kuan kay kana mga pesticide kay chemical ba ya. So pag masagol siya sa kuan dili na siya katong kuan natural nga kuan. So it means na siya isagol nga chemical. So pag masagol siya sa kuan dili na siya katong kuan natural nga kuan. So it means na siya isagol nga chemical. Pwede na siya makakuan sa maka-affect sa release na siya og toxins bitaw nga makadaot sa ato So next is ang garbage pollution. So when we say garbage pollution na makita naman gud nato siya sa mga garbage that cannot be recycled is disposed of carelessly. So paglabay o mga basura sa dili sakto nga dili sakto nga butanganan. So it means cellophane. So pag maglabay ta dira og kuan cellophane, mas stock up na siya dira. Dili man siya makuan. Dili man siya sa tagon malata, no? So maka-affect yun sa kuan. Basig napod day mga kuan mga chemicals nga katong kuan nga dili siya ma-decompose. Mo na siyang makadaot pud sa isa kayo na to. Dili healthy. Impacts of human health. Countless deaths have been caused by human being indigesting food that are grown in a toxic soil. So most of kuan yun kining mga kuan nga pagkaon is kung dili nato maalagaan atong kuan makakos siya og pagkadaot sa mga tanom unya makaon nato moon hinon ang cause atong kamatian bitaw. So dapat yun nato kuan atong atimanon kay importante ba pud ni sa ato labi na sa atong health. So how to reduce soil pollution? First, we need to have a reforestation. Second, control farming or practices. Too much of anything is dangerous. The same concept applies to the farming practices in that they should be carried out in moderation. Practices such as overcropping and overgazing should be avoided since they increase soil erosion. So dapat dili jud ata magkuan maghura-hurada og kuan tanom no. Dapat na siya limitation. And also bioremediation. This is introduction of microorganisms into the soil that break down contaminant. This is a perfectly environmental friendly approach since it allows nature to take its course, thus restoring balance. So magkuan jud tag mga kuan microorganisms like itong mga wati moment siguro na. So, then the 3 R's: reduce, recycles, and reuse. So mo to dapat mag-segregate bitaw nato ang kuan ang mga basura no. More siya ang way sa kuan isa ka way para kuan item that can be used again should not be disposed of. Things made of paper, glass, aluminum, and like should be recycled. Lastly, where exists such as the use of polythene paper can be avoided, then by all means reduce their use. Diba? Magamit pa na to. So, use biodegradable products where possible. Options to use biodegradable products such as cartoons for packing. If they were to be disposed of, they would easily be broken down to become part of the soil. So reduce the use of pesticides and fertilizer. Pesticides or fertilizers are major contributors to soil contamination, so cutting down on their usage could do world of good to the soil. We have one Earth. If we completely destroy its surface, we should be the first to starve or poison ourselves. Redeeming land to its original state is nearly an impossible task. Required altering properties which can be avoided if it's only we put our land into its proper and responsible use. So that's all, and